with you, and when I defang the Viper, trust me, ain't gonna come from nowhere. Jeff, I already put you out. I don't even know why you're out here right now. Keep on talking. Hey, do me a favor. Why don't you act like this is an AA meeting and you shut your mouth while I'm sharing with the group? And Mustafa, you out here, a boy among men. And I'm gonna tell you what, you got lucky at the Rumble, so I know you're gonna come out here and run your mouth about how bad you are. But let me give you a little bit of a reality check. You see, Mustafa, you said that my eyes don't lie. Well, your eyes don't lie either, because last week, they were closed real tight when I put your simple ass to sleep. And AJ, hey man, be honest with me. How's our old girl Wendy doing?
Welcome back to the Karrion Wrestling Podcast. It's me, Hafeez, and with me as always is Devin, and we are about to break down the gold standard NXT New Year's Evil and AEW New Year's Smash. Man, and we are once again here with Devin brandishing the title Goldie.
You know what? That was just a natural reflex. I wasn't even trying to pay attention. You must have. That was just.
I saw it, and I just. It's my title. It's my title. 3 years.
Your title is mine.
3 years I had that title. So for listeners, for a little bit of context, me and Devin were in a fantasy football league together. The last 3 years in a row, I was champion of this fantasy league, 12-man league, PPR league. Yeah, man, it was a heck of a road. I felt like Thanos. I was just just wrecking and just conquering, year after year, collecting titles, just adding to my collection. I.e. our guy Kenny Omega. And yeah, it came. 2020 was not a great year for me as far as fantasy football went, and Devin capitalized and reaped the benefits and took over as champion. So the shift of power switches from one host of the Karrion Wrestling Podcast to the other host of the Karrion Wrestling Podcast within this league.
I am your champion.
All these years I've been champion, and I never thought to have that belt on my shoulder. And it's okay.
Snooze, you lose, sir.
It's okay. I felt like I was just being humble, but
Hey, you know what? It's been a long journey. I've been humble enough. All right, sir. I've been in this league for 6 years out of the 9 years that it was established.
Champion for 4.
Been in the playoffs for 2. For only 2 times out of the 6, making this my 2nd time right here.
Dang,
5 years since
man.
removed from since the last playoffs, man. 5 years removed.
Yeah,
I come back.
Damn.
Stronger than ever.
And you did it. That's awesome, man. Hey, no, well deserved. Congratulations again, sir. You deserve it. And it's. If it had
hey, you know what? You gave me the knowledge, sir. You passed down the knowledge because I made not an epic failure. I just kind of fucked up last
It was an
season.
epic fail. You could say it.
No.
Okay.
I drafted Patrick Mahomes in the first round.
You don't get a quarterback in the first round.
Hey,
don't
I
get a
did
quarterback
it.
in the first round.
Lesson learned. I was like, all right. I was just so focused on what he did that previous season. I'm like, man, I need Patrick Mahomes. I need the 50-point games. I need all of that. And I was just so focused. I'm not even thinking about, as a strategy wise, points wise, points being spread out. I'm not focused on that. And then you just like, hold on, you need to break it down like this. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, you're right.
Yep.
You can get your quarterback 7th, 8th round.
You just wait.
Got Aaron Rodgers in the 7th round.
Yeah.
End up getting Justin Herbert off the waiver wire. We end up doing the epic trade. You know what I'm saying? You needed a QB. I needed a running back.
Boom.
Boom. Right there.
Yep. That was it. That was it. No, man. Fantasy, it's just one of those things. You just strategies wise with quarterbacks, usually wait. Running backs, good to load up early. Receivers, you can find them on the waiver wire, but you still want to get that number one receiver to get you. Like you had DeAndre Hopkins, so that was huge for you having him And
even Keenan Allen before he got hurt, because Keenan Allen and Justin Herbert, oh my God, man, they was just killing. Yes, that combo was killing, bro.
And even Mike Evans as well.
Yes.
You know, like
red zone threat, man.
Yep.
Even T.J. Hawkinson on my tight, because tight ends suck this year.
Tight ends
for fantasy football, man. So if you got a decent.
He was great, but just that one, our matchup, I needed him to get one more catch. And I remember there was a play where he was streaking down the end zone, and Lamar Jackson
I was watching that too. I was like,
just Lamar, just put it on point. And Mark Andrews, reach.
No.
But nah, man, couldn't do it. But that's okay. So, but yeah, man, congratulations. Well-deserved, the new champion. Now, was there a new champion? Were there new champions crowned on NXT, New Year's Evil, on AEW, New Year's Smash? Well, that's what we're here to discuss. So let's go ahead and break it down and see what happens.
Let's do that, sir.
Championships on the line on this card. But the first match was about a former champion trying to get his groove back, in Karrion Kross with his wife Scarlett, going against Damian Priest. And this is the first matchup of the new year for NXT. Damian Priest actually came out first. He had his energy, had his arrow pose. He did his whole thing. You had Karrion Kross come out, entrance on point. But what I kept feeling was, this is about Scarlett. This is about this man getting respect and having Damian Priest put some respect on his wife's name. That's what this whole match was all about.
Hey, smoke show. Exactly.
What? He got everything he deserved. I don't care. He's supposed to be the face and Karrion's supposed to be the heel. No. Damian Priest, you don't do that, man. Calling his wife a smoke show. I mean, you ain't wrong, but still, that's the man's wife. Like, you don't do that. That's disrespectful. And Karrion Kross let him know, and that was a war. Those two went at it.
I love how they was just striking with each other, man. Just the strikes and the counter strikes, especially Damian Priest with the kicks, and then here go basically Karrion Kross come back and just hit him with the punches. I'm like, and then suplex him. Bro, they was in the battle. They was in the battle.
I love the banter from Damian Priest, basically telling them like, is that all you got? Is that all you got? While he's covering up, he's trying to get away. He's like, come on, let's see what you got. Is that all you got? Oh. Is that all you got? He's just like getting his ass whooped, but he's still trying to talk shit. And I'm like, this is entertaining, man. You're doing a good job right now, Damian Priest. I like this. So I like that a lot. And Karrion Kross was selling. He was selling the arm injury, because, I mean,
which was smart.
I think that's why he left, why he had to spend time away. So that was smart. I like that a lot. He was selling, and that we don't really see him like that, where he's vulnerable. We've always kind of seen him being like in control, indestructible. So to see that,
I gotta admit, I did expect this because of the body advantage. Or the body size advantage that Damian Priest had, in height, not in weight, but in height.
Yeah.
So I figured, he'll
be more even.
I can see if Karrion Kross had to sell, it will make sense in this match.
Yeah. I agree. It didn't look weird. It looked like okay, it makes sense.
Yeah.
A guy like Damian Priest with his size, with his striking ability, he could do some damage. He could do some damage for sure. Now I will say it does kind of make Tommaso Ciampa that loss look a little bit worse now too, because Tommaso didn't do shit. Like Tommaso just got his ass.
He got his ass whooped for 10 minutes, man. It was a monologue ass whooping. It's basically the Bane of Dark Knight ass whooping. Oh, technicality.
Exactly. That's what it was, man. He had no chance. Even the mere moments where Batman thought, okay, maybe I'm gonna use the smoke bombs, turn the lights out. He's like, I can see in the darkness. I was bred in the darkness.
Bred in the darkness. You merely adopted the darkness.
I feel like the Count from Sesame Street. I was bred in the darkness.
Yeah, I'm like, Heath Bane talked throughout that whole ass whipping of of Batman, bro. I was like, he just gave Batman a monologue house whooping.
Yeah.
Broke his back at the end of the speech.
Yep. Just finished him. That was Karrion Kross and Tommaso Ciampa.
Yeah.
He might as well have just picked him up and broken Tommaso Ciampa's back. Like, I will break your body.
You will never be the same again.
Yeah, right. So yeah, man. So Tommaso, hey, you need, and now with Timothy Thatcher, unfortunately on the shelf, and we didn't get the fight pit match.
Oh
was
my
supposed
God,
to be here,
I was looking forward to that.
Which, man, looking at this card, it's like you would have added the fight pit to this. That would have been. It was already a sick card.
Yeah, it was.
Damn.
Yeah.
That match added to it. Wow. So yeah, man.
Fight pit match between Thatcher and Tommaso Ciampa. You already saw the last one between Thatcher and Matt Riddle, and that shit went hard. Just thinking about him and Tommaso now, I was like, oh, I can't wait for this. And then it was just unfortunate that they got pulled, though, man. It makes sense, that type of, physicality and that type of match. I'd rather you guys be safe than sorry.
Exactly. So, but now Tommaso Ciampa, maybe he should move on, try to get some revenge, at least have a better matchup against Karrion Kross, because he owes him a receipt. Now, I don't think he's going to beat Karrion Kross, but he owes him a receipt. Like, you got to get some respect back, because, I still can't forget that one. I will not forget that ass whooping you took.
That was just like
the bait.
Tommaso didn't do a damn thing. He was just trying to figure out what can I do. Nothing.
It's like, what am I fighting? What is
just brace for impact, sir. That's all you can do. Just hold on, brace for impact. That's all you can do.
That's all you can do is brace for it. Oh, man. Damn. But it's true.
Yeah.
That's what that was.
Yeah.
So, Tommaso, hey, leave Timothy Thatcher. That's done for now. Mm-hmm. You need to go ahead and find Karrion Kross. Just find him wherever, in the locker room, in a dark alley, and get your respect back. Sir.
You need it.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, my God.
This might get your head straight to get back on that mission for Goldie.
Yes. It's like, I got to get my mind back. Mission for my Goldie in fantasy football. But, I digress. Back to Damian Priest and Karrion Kross. Strong physical matchup. Karrion Kross ends up winning the matchup at the end of it. He did the what was it, Saito, that slam.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then but after that, he actually didn't finish it with that. He hit him with a forearm.
It was like a backhand. It was like a big ass slap you heard, and then knocked him out. Yeah, and that was it.
Time's up. Boom. And then hit him in the back of the head. And I'm like, wow, okay, I like that. Pinned him and then picked up his wife. They were on the entranceway. I was like, yep, that's the fitting end, because I'm telling you, this is about Scarlett. Basically, put some respect.
Yes.
Keep my wife's name out your mouth and put respect on her name. That's it.
He was right. He's a face. Yeah, because that was like a face move how Charlotte just jumped on her husband. I'm like, oh, yeah, they're definitely celebrating tonight.
They celebrate. Go ahead and celebrate. You deserve it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, man. So, great matchup to start the night off, to start off the new year for NXT. Love that. We had Santos Escobar against Gran Metalik for the Cruiserweight Championship. This was a good matchup, strong matchup overall. Yeah. It was 12 minutes and 28 seconds of high-flying action, fast-paced action. Gran Metalik, he did his thing. Overall it was a good showing. It wasn't it was a good match. It's funny to say, it was kind of, for me, a somewhat forgettable matchup, though. As I'm thinking back to it, I'm like, man, I remember just in general
Cliff Notes.
The Cliff Notes and how it felt.
Yeah.
But it wasn't with everything else that happened on this show, this is the one that kind of falls through the cracks a little bit, where you're like, all right, if you had to take something out for the fight pit matchup, maybe this would be the match that you would kind of want to substitute to get that one in, if you needed to take anything out. But overall, I thought they did their thing. It was cool. During the matchup, they mentioned Joaquin Wilde and Raul Mendoza are going to be in the Dusty Classic. So they'll be one of the tag teams in there. They're not going to win. There's no way they're going to win. So that's not happening.
Not at all, sir. That's not
but solid matchup for Santos. Now, here's my thing, though. Mm-hmm. Now, I got to go ahead and say this with when it comes to Santos Escobar.
Oh, I think I know where you're going with this.
I don't care who he faces or what matchups, how many matchups he wins, until he fights Jordan Devlin. This is still not real. This is still not real. Jordan Devlin puts you on notice. Who the hell? I don't think I didn't notice, how you guys changed the interim to official champion. And this dude, he hadn't beaten me. I've never been beaten. I've never been pinned, submitted, and he's the champion? Hell no. You got to come see me. I have the belt. He's right. He's right.
They need to fix this.
That happens.
We can't be having 2 NXT Cruiserweight champions.
And Santos hasn't said anything.
No.
He literally still hasn't said anything.
He can't really say anything, but go over there and show in action.
That's it, man.
Just show up. That's all you can do is show up.
Yeah. It's a paper championship until he fights Jordan Devlin. Period. That's just it. He has to. In my eyes, every time I see, and maybe this is why when I'm watching this, I'm like, okay, this is cool, but I'm not completely into it.
Because it's a pretend belt?
Because it's missing something. It doesn't have that substance. Because the real champion is sitting out there in the UK saying, nah, fuck all that. Like,
I never lost.
I never lost this. What you guys are playing around here. I'm the champion.
Yeah.
So
how you go from an interim to official now?
How did that happen? What? Excuse me? I didn't get the memo because I'm still holding this belt. Somebody got to come beat me for this. So I'm just saying, Santos, you're having great matches, but these ain't championship matches until you beat Jordan Devlin. I'm sorry, like it just doesn't feel real. So I'm missing something there. All right, let's move on here. All right, we had the unveiling of the weeks and weeks and weeks of buildup of the training / torture / well, I don't even know what to call it. At some points, it was just disturbing with Boa and Xia Li, and we finally got the debut of Xia Li. We got the debut, and Xia Li looked like $1 million. She looked amazing, just amazing. So, love her. Love what I'm seeing. Okay. And we also had the woman in charge in the all black.
With the freaky looking nails and
just kind of sitting there in the chair. Theory, and maybe I'm not the only one. Maybe this isn't a shock to anybody.
Okay.
That was not the actual person that was in the videos. That person sitting in a chair, I think, was actually like a mannequin or something that was just kind of like made for that seat, for that spot. And I still think that it's Xia Li that is going to end up taking on that persona.
Yes. I was wondering because when I'm like, okay, obviously this is part of a faction, because that's what I thought at first. And then as we was breaking it down a couple of weeks ago, you was like, nah, this is all about Xia Li. But this don't seem like this is all about right now. That debut was all about Xia Li, but it seems like this is about what she's a part of.
But that character didn't move once. Didn't move, didn't say anything, nothing. Was just like up in the camera, just bug-eyed, and then I'm like, okay, I think this is that might be just a well-crafted, either there was a person sitting real still or that was a statue. That was they just kind of made that. They had some master sculptor create this thing, and maybe next week it'll actually be a person
paper mache or some shit like that.
Right? They might have, because it was too still, it was too perfect. Just like the claws, just like sitting there on the throne, and then looking all bug-eyed.
Motherfucker ain't breathing, bro. What's going on?
Yeah, somebody tap this person. You all right? You all right there?
Squeeze my hand if you're alive or some shit.
Yeah, seriously, let us know. Oh shit! Cut the tape.
All right, cut it. Shit. Oh, shit.
Cut this. Cut. But I feel like it's a swerve. The swerve is going to be that when it comes down to it, it's going to be one of, like, we already got it was me, Austin. It was me all along. We might get part 2 with Xia Li and this presence. That's my theory.
All right, so this is where I hop off the train, sir. I'm gonna be like, all right, bye, Hafeez. This is my stop.
This is my stop. This is where I'm gonna gloat.
Boy,
if I'm right on this one, write it down. I will be gloating.
Nah, bro. I was like, okay, even though if that's a puppet, maybe they're waiting until they find somebody.
It was too still. Like, do something. Are you satisfied? Are you entertained, puppet? Are you entertained? Are you not entertained? It's not.
No, I guess not, man. Puppet was had no emotion, just sit
nothing.
Still.
But Xia Li, though, so let's take it off that and just go back to Xia Li.
All right.
She looked amazing, new look overall. Loved the
more
ring
aggressive
gear.
style too,
more
bro.
Aggressive, yes. And then the knee to the chin, and the kicks to the head. I'm like, I believe it. This chick, what was her name? They got destroyed here in this one.
Katrina Cortez. I think we've seen her a couple of times.
We have
on the main card, just as a jobber, I think.
Yep. She tried, but
she tried.
I tried to be nice, man. I mean, Katrina went out there. She got a family. You know, I'm trying not to just torture her right here on this, man. Like, you know.
Fuck that, man. I'm gonna keep it real. She got destroyed, bro. That match, it says it right here, that match was only 1 minute and 27 seconds.
Oh my God.
So for 1 minute and 27 seconds, she got her ass whooped.
It felt longer than that. It did not feel like 1 minute 27 seconds. I would have said 3 minutes. I would have said 3. I swear to God. 1 minute, 27 seconds.
Yeah.
I guess entrances all in.
Seconds, man. Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy. Yeah, man. So, but yeah, I like what I'm seeing from Xia Li. Next, I want to see Boa. I want to see what he looks like in the ring. But then again,
he on this Men in Black persona, bro. He just had the sunglasses, dark suit.
He might just be a bodyguard. That might just be his whole thing. You know, just he can be her protector. You know, and like just be there to back her up. And she's the one.
The henchman.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can see it. I can see it.
All right, man. But you hold on to that, sir.
Persona.
That's
her persona.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes, her demon persona.
No. You say persona, I say faction. Faction. You go with persona. I'm going with the faction. My faction stop is right here, so bye-bye, sir.
We gonna see. All right, moving along to, man, you know, there's a lot of history between these two that I didn't realize until I went to social media and went back through the history of Rhea Ripley and Raquel González.
Well, please explain, sir.
There was a missed opportunity here in the storytelling based off of what I saw on social media. These two go back a long ways, you know, Performance Center, traveling the road together, training together. They have matching tattoos. When they said that, I've actually seen the matching tattoos. It's on, if you go on Rhea Ripley or Raquel González's Instagram pages and you go back to like months, years back, you can see them together on the road. They're like best friends. They're like sisters. Like, they have such a history together.
They had a history like that, and they couldn't bring that to the forefront?
They didn't. And they tried to. Like, this was a misstep for me.
That could have been an epic rivalry right there. It was already great, but that would have been on a whole nother level.
They tried to subtly say, oh, yeah, you know, these two traveled the road together. And, like, they mentioned it, like, here and there in words, but it's too late at that point. Like, we're in the match, we're seeing it. All we can think of is, hey, these two are two of they're size-wise, they're like the heavyweights of the women's division. Yeah. They are very physical, and they faced off against each other at War Games, and there was another matchup that they had against each other. That's all we can think of. Mm-hmm. You actually have to dig, and if you look on social media, you can see Rhea and Raquel R&R, like that was a thing. Matching tattoos. Yeah. They were sisters.
Wow. You're right, man. They had an opportunity, bro. I think they dropped the ball. They could have put a video package together and showed this right before they had their match. That match was, oh my God, was.
Oh. Wow. Yes. That match. We it's crazy to think that we're literally January 9th, and I'm going to already talk about potential matches of the year on this episode.
Yeah, like, there's talking about that for AEW too.
For AEW, yes. Yep. This one right here, just put a pin on it right now and say that's one of the contenders for match of the year. This matchup was everything. It was great. It could have been the main event. I love the main event. This could have been the main event though. Yep. Like just the way that these two went at each other, the physicality, they took it to the outside. You got Rhea Ripley jumping off of platforms. Yes. You got Raquel González
telling Raquel to suck it, then jump up.
Then you got Dakota Kai showing up out of nowhere with a kendo stick. Wop, just having her friend's back. And then Rhea Ripley stuffing her in a locker.
Box her ass, ball her ass in a fucking little ass locker, bro. Yep. Like a those half lockers.
In there. She's like, no.
She's like this in the cage where the fingers poking out the hole. She's like.
I said, what am I watching? This is great. This is great. So that was awesome. And then you got the finish with Raquel González doing that one arm just choke slam, power bomb, boom. And I did not expect the explosion. I was shocked because I didn't see it. Like usually you can see the platform and say, okay, they're gonna jump, they're gonna fall through there. Yeah. I thought it was just gonna be a slam on the stage, and they went through it.
Me too. It was my heart jumped up. I was like, oh shit, they actually going through with this. And I was like, then it broke up. I'm like, oh my God, that was crazy. I didn't even see like the fake board or nothing like that. They did that perfect.
I didn't see it.
The camera work was perfect.
I swear,
bro.
I didn't see it. It was perfect. It was perfect.
Yeah.
They killed this, man. They killed it. It was amazing. So shout out to both of them. Both of these women did an amazing job.
Killed it.
I think the right women won. I think Raquel González winning this, that's who I was rooting for to win. I'm glad she won. Rhea Ripley didn't need the win, but she looked great in the loss regardless. Just
badass, tough.
Bravo.
Man, tough as nails. I love this woman's drop kicks. It's like one of the badass drop kicks I've ever seen. It's like she pauses in the air for a little bit and then hits you. You know what I mean? Yeah. And you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I like that little pause in the air of the drop kick and then like hit you with the drop kick like, ha, bitch. You know, trying to just, kick your head off. So I love it, man. It's kind of just, it looks a little different. Like she's putting a little bit more impact at the end of that drop kick.
Yeah. So, yeah, man. And I feel like, okay, so now big picture for both of them. Raquel González first. I feel like for Raquel, this is her establishing herself as the new top of the mountain, top of the heap, baddest woman of NXT.
Top dog.
I think this kind of just solidifies it. She is the one. She's the top dog. Io Shirai, watch your back. She's coming for you. Like that belt is hers.
She's Collision on the path. Course. She's taking it.
Yes. She's going to take it. They face against each other. She's taking it. She's going to be champion. Done. Yes. Like that's going to happen. Mm-hmm. On the other side, Rhea Ripley.
Salute.
That's it.
Yep.
That's it. Mm-hmm. It's time. Go. Hey, she did a great job. Yes. Round of applause. Salute. You did an amazing job on NXT. You've done all you could on NXT. You put over one of your best friends. That was a great way to kind of help establish her and have a great send-off for you. I wouldn't be surprised if, like, after the show wrapped, they said, hey, you know what? This was Rhea's last match. She's going to show up at Royal Rumble and be one of the participants in that matchup. And you know what? Now, as I'm talking about it, I'm just going to go ahead and say it out loud. And maybe I've said it on the show before, but I think Rhea Ripley, Royal Rumble 2021, she's the favorite for me to win the whole damn thing. She's in it. she's gonna win the whole damn thing. I think she's gonna end up winning.
I like
going on to WrestleMania to challenge a champion. We'll see who that's gonna be, but yeah, well, she's gonna challenge Charlotte. Charlotte is taking that belt from Asuka. It's gonna happen somehow, some way. Charlotte ruins Asuka's title reigns all the time, so it's gonna happen. So it's just what it is.
Oh, that's definitely happened. That's definitely happened. But I like you made some great points, especially from one former champion talking to another former champion of Rhea Ripley. I can see how you guys, got that chemistry. So that's great.
How we think alike, former champions,
yeah, former champions, yeah. But oh, you shoulder cold? Need something to warm it up?
Yeah. I just had some on my shirt.
Oh yeah. Get it off.
Damn
right.
Damn.
But man, bro, this I am definitely co-signing to that assessment. How you broke it down. Hell yeah, Rhea Ripley, come to Raw. Let's get you to be the winner of a Royal Rumble, because that's what you need. Because you kind of just been on, you've been booked cool, but you've been booked on a losing streak towards the end of your run on NXT when you think about it. So this would be great if you go in there, great momentum booster. People already know about Rhea Ripley from last year for the last Survivor Series. So you go in there and just steal the fucking show, win the Royal Rumble, and go to beat Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania. We need that.
I can't. I will be so mad if she doesn't show up. I really would. Now that as we keep talking about it, as you just were speaking right now, I'm literally getting really excited about the thought of Rhea Ripley. That music hitting at Royal Rumble. This is my brutality. Yes. That's it. Like, short of Becky Lynch shocking the world and coming back at Royal Rumble, I feel like there's nothing else that would make me be like, oh my, and I just so badly want her to win this, and so badly want her to go back to WrestleMania and pull that off. And maybe they can have limited fan, attendance for that
Royal Rumble.
For Royal Rumble would be cool, but I don't think WrestleMania. I'm thinking for WrestleMania, limited attendance for WrestleMania. Maybe that would be amazing, because to have fans there to witness Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte. Damn,
they should be able to do it if
at this point,
if the NFL was allowing fans in Miami and some of the Jacksonville games too. They should be able to do it for Florida. If they're going to have WrestleMania in Florida at Tampa Bay.
Space them out. Do the
space them out,
Yeah. AEW's doing it. They have fans. They have limited fans. So let's start to get people in there, especially for something like WrestleMania, and to have that moment where you can have like the Drews and the Rheas of the world, for their first time with fans to experience that energy. It won't be the same as WrestleMania's past, because we're not there yet in terms of getting full capacity, but just any kind of actual fan interaction.
Just a little bit. Give us a little bit of encouragement. All right, we're on that path to getting fans back in the arena. You know what I'm saying? So if they can just do that, we know what to do with the guidelines now. If you can set up, digital thermostats and all that, we can have some fans,
They can make it happen. I hope they figure that out, man. Because I want that for them. I want to experience that as a fan. I want that for the wrestlers, to be with the people again. Let's just make it happen. Let's make it happen somehow, some way, safely. But let's make it happen. Great matchup. I mean, this is when we talk about match tonight. Like I said, I feel like this match right here might be my match of the night.
I'm gonna go with the ladies. You know what I'm saying? I'm already going with the ladies. I'm just gonna keep it real. We're gonna break down Finn and Kyle O'Reilly.
We'll get there, yeah.
But the ladies killed it, bro. They killed it.
I think so. I agree with you, man. I agree with you. That's just where my heart is just saying, this is the one that really got me. Mm-hmm. So where once this matchup was over, it was kind of like, okay, this show could be over. You could just end it here, and I'd be happy. And we still had 2 more matches to go. So it was something. So the next part of this night was my guy Johnny with the cavalcade, the cars just following him down the road, down the street. You had that going.
The police escorts, he had a whole shebang, bro.
He had everything. Police escorts, yes. Came out for the celebration. So him and The Way, which by the way, I know you don't watch Star Wars, right?
No, I do not.
Mandalorian. So, I don't know why I was slow on this one, but this is definitely, he's doing this because of the Mandalorian. Because in the Mandalorian.
Oh, that's what it is? The picture?
Mandalorian, it has to be. It has to be because in the Mandalorian, it's always about that is the way, that is the way, that is the way. Like that's part of the Mandalorian's code is the way. Johnny, he's a super nerd too.
Yeah, he is.
With the Iron Man costume and the Daredevil costume, Wolverine. He's watching Mandalorian. So anyway, shout out to Mandalorian and that show. And keep going, Devin. Don't give up on it. You don't have to like Star Wars to like the Mandalorian. But I digress. I digress. So, you had the police escort, Johnny and family and Toad, Candace, and the whole family. Austin Theory, Indy Hartwell get in the ring, celebrating the fact that Johnny Gargano broke the curse. So, they're in the ring, they're celebrating. The picture was great. Like, Austin Theory unveiled that picture that he and Indy Hartwell got because they said, you're like a modern-day superhero. As a matter of fact, we got you something.
Yep.
And they unveiled it, and it was a picture of the four of them in, like, these, like, cartoon caricatures of themselves. You got Johnny Gargano in a superhero suit, almost like an Iron Man mech
Austin
suit.
Theory all muscular,
But Austin
almost
Theory
built as the Hulk. And then Johnny was like,
ridiculous.
look at your muscles, they're so big.
Is that to scale? Is that to scale? Oh, it was great, man. So they're having a good time, enjoying life. It just everything's great. And then Shotzi comes out to ruin the whole thing. And she comes down in the tank, and Austin Theory is having none of this. He's like, no, you're not invited here. He goes down to the ramp. What are you doing here? Get out of here. And Shotzi shoots a cannon right at his balls.
Right,
it just hits him.
He was like, oh!
Right in the nuts. I mean, you saw it coming. It couldn't have been more telegraphed, but it was still funny.
Johnny immediately ran to Austin Theory, bro, consoling him.
just taking care of his son, his surrogate son, Austin Theory. He took care of him, like, oh no. And then you had Kushida show up, get involved in this whole thing, and then, dude, oh my God, we had oh man, why am I blanking out on this? The host,
Dexter Lumis.
Dexter Lumis, yes. Dexter Lumis. All of a sudden, Dexter Lumis is like rings the bell,
like ding 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 ding.
Even me too. I'm just like, what the hell? What you mean you ringing? What is going on? And he points at the stage or at the Tron, and there's a picture of the tag match that he's just gone ahead and booked. And someone said, I think it was Wade Barrett. He's like, how did he draw that so fast?
And Johnny said the same thing. It was like, wait a minute, how do you even draw that fast?
I was here yelling at the TV. I was like, this is a setup. This is a setup. Oh, my God, Johnny. There's no way. He planned this with Kushida and Shotzi. Damn it.
Oh, man. That was hilarious, bro.
It was fun.
Hilarious,
man. It was fun.
Yeah.
So great, just comedy, just having a good time.
Yeah,
it was
man.
Awesome.
It was a comedy break match. That's what it was.
It was. And they did great.
They knocked it out of the park because it was great. I was entertained. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Kushida and Shotzi ended up winning. They won the matchup. But overall, it was really just about just having a good time and having a break between that intense matchup with Raquel González and Rhea Ripley and breaking that up between the main event matchup, which was Finn Bálor, the champ, the Prince, Finn Bálor against...
Before we get on that main event,
okay.
Sir, your thoughts, because now they officially made their statement. They're entering in the Dusty Classic, Johnny Gargano and Austin Theory.
Oh, yeah. I love it. I love that, man. I think that it's great for for both of them really, but especially for Austin Theory, the more that he can work with Johnny Gargano, the better. They have great chemistry with each other. The no-look high fives, and just like the humor. They're just having a good time, and I love that. And I think that let's see, who are they? Are they the ones going against Breezango in the first round?
They are.
Or is that Undisputed?
No, Undisputed. I'm sorry, Undisputed is going against. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think that overall, I mean, Johnny has a great history in the Dusty Classic. So, I mean, he and Tommaso actually won the Dusty Classic, if I'm not mistaken. So,
yeah.
I think they'll go far. I don't think they'll win it. I have a theory on who's going to win the Dusty Classic. I think Undisputed Era is probably going to win the Dusty Classic. I have a feeling that it'll be them because I think we're getting, I don't know. My initial thought was UE, that they would pull this off. But we'll have to see the whole field. The Grizzled Young Vets, I think, are going to go pretty far in this. And whoever wins this, they're going to beat Lorcan and Birch. I think they're just going to take the titles off.
They
of them.
will. They will.
That's happening.
They serve their purpose so far.
Yeah.
What about the women's side now? Because now we're introducing the women on the Dusty Classic.
Awesome.
And Candice LeRae had announced her team. Her and, I like the name, Indie Wrestling.
Indie Wrestling.
Yeah.
Yes.
Her and Indie Wrestling announced that they will be entering in the Dusty Classic for the women's side now, man.
Perfect. Now, that's one where, I mean, I have to know who the rest of the competitors are, but they're going to be heavy favorites in this for sure. Yeah, because I could see, it depends on what they want to do with Raquel Gonzalez, but like her and Dakota Kai, being teamed up, I think that would make a lot of sense. I don't know. Like, that's I'm excited about the prospect, and I'm sure they're going to put together some cool teams. There's some women there that have a lot of chemistry that I feel like it'll make a lot of sense once they start to build this.
Yeah.
So, but I think it's past due for the women to have this opportunity to showcase tag team wrestling in a tournament style thing on NXT, and it's a perfect place for it. In WWE, I'd be like, nah, I don't believe this. But in NXT and AEW, like those two places, I can believe that they'll take it seriously and they'll let the women go out there and perform at their highest ability. So I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, yeah, me too. When I saw that they're announcing the women's for the Dusty Classic, I immediately marked out. I was like, oh man, it is, definitely well deserved and well overdue too, man. Because with the women that just be killing in NXT, they deserve like a format like this and get the spotlight. And plus, who doesn't love tournaments, man? And usually NXT knocks it out of the park with their tournaments. And now we get like Classic, a 2-for-1 tournament right here. So now we get one for the men's for the tag team division. You get for the women's too. So this is like a bonus right here, man. So hey, man, the wrestling fans are winning right now.
Yes, 100%. 100%. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun to watch. I want to see more of the teams get unveiled for both of the tournaments.
Yeah.
Women's
that's what I'm
Dusty
looking forward
Classic
to for the women.
The Dusty Cup. That's going to be fun to watch. So looking forward to it. All right. So speaking of looking forward to things, I was definitely looking forward to the main event. Finn Bálor, the champ, the prince himself, versus Kyle O'Reilly, maybe the new leader of the Undisputed Era. Gotta throw that out there a little bit because Kyle's been stepping up, man.
Yeah, he has.
Then Adam Cole.
I don't know.
If you ask Adam Cole,
Finn Bálor might have checked him back to his place, though. Like, no.
Let's get into it. So why don't you break this one down, because that's an interesting take, man. So why don't you go ahead and roll with this?
Bro, this match was fire because of the in-ring psychology, bro. This was all about Finn getting this motherfucking payback because of that jaw. He was like, man, fuck that. I want my receipt. I want my motherfucking receipt. That's what he wanted. And damn it, he got it. He got it, man. Like, with the in between that match, before I go towards the end, it was fire. They slowed it down. They was going tit for tat, very, very fucking physical. But man, by the end of that match, it seemed like the way Kyle was just looking at Finn, like he was just like, okay, I guess I stepped out of my line. Like he put me back in my place, bro. Because he was like, just holding his jaw because he's been working his jaw. You know what I'm saying? Ever since he put his head on the ropes and just kind of snapped it, and all ever since then he's been like working his jaw,
bite
like
down
Finn
on the
Bálor.
ropes and just busted his jaw,
just fucked it up. You know what I'm saying? And the way Finn Bálor was just looking at him, man, he was like, man, yeah, I got your ass. Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
Take this receipt, motherfucker.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
But I love the in-ring psychology of the match because it was just all about, you know, Finn getting that receipt back. And then, you know, but Kyle O'Reilly did an amazing job too, making it believable that maybe he can get it. You know what I'm saying? Because because of the first match, you know, of making feel like, you know, Finn Bálor actually lost that match, even though he won. Like it was a moral loss, basically when Finn Bálor suffered. So, yeah, man, this match was fire. I loved it. I liked it. But that match of the night, I'll give it to the ladies, though.
Yeah. Yeah, man, great breakdown of that. I mean, like you said, it was all about the receipt. You know, he made sure, like, okay, the last time, and they mentioned on commentary too, the last time we fought after the matchup, no one was talking about how Finn had retained the championship. Everybody was talking about how Kyle O'Reilly broke his jaw, and he was pissed about that. So he said, oh, okay, you guys all want to talk about that and forget about me, the champ. Because remember now, I came out of that with the title. So, okay, I'm going to show you. So he went right at Kyle O'Reilly, made him bite down on the rope, kicked the rope, busted his jaw. Kyle O'Reilly's jaw was fucked up the entire match from there. He just, like you said, he kept holding it, kept selling it, like, oh, man, my jaw. Every time he would get hit in the face, oh, yeah, my jaw. Selling it perfectly. Yes. Like, never, like, losing that story element to continue to keep selling that jaw injury. Then I love the callback, too, to the liver shot. When he kicked Kyle O'Reilly in the liver, and Kyle was like, oh, damn, like, not again. Time out. Shit, he got me. Right. I'm not time out. No, stop, quit playing, man, quit playing. Like, it was one of those where I was like, wow, he did it again. Like, he caught him in the liver again. It was so believable. Like, Kyle and Finn, just the way that they did that, great chemistry overall. Love that spot. Like you said, so the finish, it was crazy because it wasn't the typical finish for Finn. It wasn't your coup de grace. It wasn't 1918. It was Finn putting a submission on to make sure after he hit him with the liver shot, he got him in like, I don't even know, it's like a classic submission move, but it was an abdominal stretch basically is what it was. Yeah. It was, and he had his like his neck or his jaw in it, like in this position, putting pressure on. And I was like, oh, he's fucked. Well, it was crazy because, you know, he's been selling the jaw injury the whole time, Kyle O'Reilly was. And he was selling the liver shot. And then he's doing an abdominal stretch. First, it was standing. Then he pulled him down to the ground.
He had more leverage.
He pulled him down to the ground by his jaw. And he's pulling back on the jaw and stretching out the abs. So now the liver and the jaw is getting attacked. And the other touch that I love is that Kyle, his foot was like an inch away from the rope, but he couldn't reach far enough. And then the tap came, I was like, oh, shit, he tapped. Like, I didn't even, like, the first time I saw it, I was like, wait, where was the tap? What just happened? Yep. And they showed the replay, and I was like, holy shit, no, he tapped. There's no controversy. He's like, get me out of this. Get me out of this submission.
Too much pain.
I'm done.
I quit. I quit.
Done. And then you got, you know, Adam Cole and the rest of UE, you know, they came out. Roderick Strong, I don't know, was Bobby Fish there?
Bobby Fish was there, yeah.
He was there? Okay.
Yep.
I remember, sorry, Bobby, sometimes, you know, it's just the way it is. But no offense, Bobby. But, you know, you had UE out there, Adam Cole's like trying to check on Kyle, but then Finn Bálor is sitting there, and I couldn't tell, is Finn trying to reach out to respect the man, or is Finn trying to tell him like, yeah, motherfucker, like, That's right.
I think it was like, yeah, motherfucker, because that's the vibe I got. It wasn't like, I'm about to give him respect. It was like, motherfucker, don't fuck with me no more. I told you.
Right, exactly.
I told you I was coming for that ass. And look at you. Look at you now. Look at you holding your chin and shit with your boys consoling you.
He was just staring at him, just looking at him. Then he stuck his tongue out.
With the dick shot. Pulling his dick out.
Yeah, right. Like, hey, Finn, you won, man. What you do? And he was bleeding too. He had like the gash in his head. And you saw the blood there. It was on his face too. I was like, man. Even too, right after he won, he was on the ground and he's telling the ref, he's like, put the belt in my fucking hands. Like, I was reading his lips. I was like, okay. Yeah. He's like, put the belt in my fucking hands. I said, yes, this is the prince. This is that dude, man. So, oh my God, Finn, congrats. You got your payback for that last matchup, because even though you won, it kind of felt like you lost, but you came back, you got your receipt, you got your respect.
I can cash my check. I can deposit my check, bro. I'm depositing a whole bunch of checks. Let's go. Let's go.
Cashing checks. Yes. Writing checks that he can cash. That's how you do it, Adam Cole. That's how you do it.
I can't say shit about that, man, because that's true. That's true. That's true. Adam Cole ain't cashing checks. I can't cash an Adam Cole check. Talking about we're gonna repeat the prophecy. Yeah, shit. Yeah.
So so it's funny because I said earlier on, I'm like, man, I feel like UE could win this, but then I started thinking about it, I'm like, I don't know actually, because they're saying they're gonna repeat the prophecy, but I don't know. I don't know if that's gonna happen, especially with Kyle losing. Okay, so now UE's gonna go and win the tag team titles. Like, I don't know. I don't know. And then to your point, and we have to talk about this. We got to talk about this. So, Pat McAfee, I saw a post that you put out there on Facebook. I think someone mentioned something about Goldberg, and you had posted. You didn't know that I saw this.
Yeah, I said that.
But you had posted. You said, I can't believe I'm about to say this, but I would rather see Pat McAfee in a matchup than this shit with Goldberg and Drew. And I saw that, I almost immediately texted you, but I'm going to save it for the podcast. I'm going to save it because I've been waiting for this, for Devin to show Pat McAfee just a little bit of, just give him an olive branch, just a little bit of a chance to Pat
olive
McAfee.
Branch. I'm just giving you a comparison of what I'd rather watch if you was to give me basically two shit sandwiches. Oh, okay. I'd rather
Pat McAfee over. All I heard was you picked Pat McAfee over Bill Goldberg. You said that,
That's
sir.
not saying nothing, bro. That's not like I'm
all time.
I'm putting this man as the all-time greatest.
Goldberg. Oh, man. So, yeah, man. So, Pat McAfee, he's still lingering around there, man. Like, he may show back up. It's getting close to WrestleMania season.
We'll see.
Pat McAfee, Adam Cole.
Oh, my God. I didn't even think about that, sir.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ugh.
He's that type of celebrity that they would want to say, okay, yeah, we want this guy around for, the takeover that's going to happen the night before WrestleMania or during that, that time frame. So, let's keep an eye out for that because he's not going away.
Let me ask you this: what's next for Finn, or who's next for Finn?
Man, so the obvious choice would be Karrion Kross. I think for a lot of people, that's the matchup that we as fans I think want to see most is Karrion Kross versus Finn Bálor. Mm-hmm. But I did mention Tommaso Ciampa and Karrion Kross potentially as well. Because Tommaso Ciampa owes Karrion Kross a receipt. He's going to lose, but he owes him a receipt. So with that, I don't know. He's starting to run out of people to go against. I mean, Pete Dunne is still there because it was Kyle and Pete Dunne, the last two guys that fought over that number one contendership.
I didn't think about that. Pete Dunne
and Pete Dunne did say we're similar. We're cut from the same cloth.
Yeah.
So Pete Dunne would make a lot of sense for him to go against to have another tough as nails opponent to go against. I could see that, and I would get hyped for that matchup.
Hell yeah. I'm with that, man. I like that. Finn Balor, Pete Dunne, because honestly, I would say Karrion Kross, but it feels like that's too soon to say that right now. I feel like he needs one more match.
Just one more. Yeah.
Before we get to the main dinner. You know what I'm saying? He still needs another appetizer, before we serve him the main course.
Because honestly, when that match happens, I'm picking Karrion Kross, man.
Yeah.
As much as I love Finn Balor, but Karrion Kross is winning that matchup.
You can write all the checks you want on that. I ain't cashing none of those, sir.
Finn Balor. Exactly. He's never lost that belt. It seems like it should have been still his. Like if not for him getting hurt, he'd be champion, and then Finn would be challenging him for the title versus the other way around. So I think down the road we'll see that. But I agree with you. I think that we have maybe another feud for both of these guys first before they eventually go against each other. So yeah, I think that's what we're in store for.
Okay.
All right. Any other thoughts on NXT before we move on to AEW?
One question, man, because this has been...
we got the awards to talk about too, by the way.
Oh, yeah. I got one more question, because this is about dealing with NXT. Man, I've been thinking about this for a while, too, about how NXT, how it's stepping away. It kind of losing its... Ever since last year, Survivor Series, it kind of entered the game as a legitimate third brand, but ever since that Survivor Series has come and passed in 2019, it lost its way now. And I feel now that NXT is more development than ever now. Because I actually see as I see NXT, there's a ceiling for NXT now. For no matter who. Karrion Kross, even Finn Balor. Like Finn Balor, you should eventually be back in SmackDown or Raw, bro. Because you can only do so much in NXT just the way it's formatted right now, man. It seems like ever since they took it off the network and came to live, that's when we saw like most of these rinse and repeat matches. Not seeing. I don't know, man. It's just. I guess that's the problem. The rinse and repeat matches make it seem like, all right, there's no one else to go but to the main roster, man.
Yeah, I think. Okay, so there's a couple things that I'm thinking about as you're talking about this. Like first, that for me, NXT when they went to the USA Network, that to me actually was a sign that they were maybe going to try them as a third brand. And Survivor Series, to your point, I think was kind of like the peak, like the pinnacle for them as far as being respected as a third brand, because they won that Survivor Series. They clearly did. And even the lead up to it, on Raw and on SmackDown when they showed up and invaded.
Yeah, the invasion angles, hell yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Like that right there was awesome. And NXT looked great in that, man. Like that's why this year's Survivor Series kind of felt like it was missing something. Like you just felt frustrated because you knew how good it was last year with NXT. There was something missing, and it was the gold brand. It was NXT. But now when you say more developmental than ever, where I do see your point is, well, look at what we just said about Rhea Ripley, right?
Yeah.
So Rhea Ripley, we just said, hey, it's time. It's time for you to move on and to do something different and take that next step. Because she's done everything she could do in NXT. I mean, she even challenged Charlotte Flair as the Royal Rumble winner to challenge her for the matchup at WrestleMania. But now it seems like since then, since Survivor Series, since WrestleMania, everything now has kind of shifted to where they're not being represented against Raw and SmackDown anymore. It seems to all be about, okay, Raw and SmackDown are their two main brands. They're just focusing on those two. Mm-hmm. And NXT is just kind of like they're there. Like they're not getting that same, respect as that third brand. Like you just see the subtle signs from WWE, from, Vince and management that it's like, we don't really, see you guys as that third brand. And it sucks because to this day, even as we're saying this, I still think, for me, NXT is the best thing that they got going when they actually let them do their thing.
Yeah.
Like this show that we're talking about right now, this was amazing.
Right. This could have been on the network. This could have been a takeover.
It could have been a takeover. Yeah.
It was that good.
It was so good. It was so good. So it's crazy that Vince doesn't see it, that Vince won't try to push them more, put them in the Thunderdome, put them, like, try to expand NXT, make them more global of a brand. It's just weird. Like, I don't understand. I don't get it. You would think he would see this and say, you know what? There's something here. Triple H sees it. William Regal sees it. All the whole crew, Tommaso Ciampa, Finn Balor, or not Finn Balor, Johnny Gargano, those guys who I think are kind of lifers for NXT now.
Oh, yeah. They don't even want to go. Even Tommaso said he has no interest of going to the main roster, bro.
Which,
that says a lot because he knows. He knows that's a death sentence, basically, man.
To go there, exactly, for a lot of these guys. So I think what's true is WWE sees them as developmental. They just see them as developmental. That's it. They don't see them as a third brand. And I think it's a missed opportunity. I feel like they could be a third brand because really, I mean, from a fan standpoint, from a hardcore wrestling fan standpoint, they're your best brand. You may see them as developmental, but they're your best brand.
Best brand.
So that's just it's a misstep. It's a misstep by them, and it's unfortunate.
That's why I think I don't care about who wins in the Wednesday Night Wars, but I think that is the reason why they're always losing to me to AEW because WWE is not treating NXT as a legitimate third brand. AEW is the legit. That's the top brand. That's their Dynamite show.
Yeah.
That's their SmackDown. That's their Monday Night Raw, and it's going against the little guy. Of course, it's going to crush the little guy every fucking time, man. You know what I'm saying? It's in a stadium. AEW's in a stadium. It has pyro. It has fireworks. It has an outside venue. It's a bigger venue.
Yeah.
You go to NXT. It's a small venue. Almost like, it's a cool aesthetic look, but when you look at it, it's more of an underground basement type feel. The lighting is more dim. You don't really see the fans. They're just kind of on the gate. So to me, that's more of a smaller feel to it, man.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Like, I think it would be so cool to see them go to a bigger arena, a bigger space, add to the production value, do all of that. I feel like that would be the next progression for NXT if they were ever to make it a true, legitimate third brand. I feel like the aesthetic look and feel for NXT works for them too. Just as from a fan standpoint, I love it just the way it is. If they didn't change anything ever, I'd be fine. But for them to be a third brand, I think if they were to do that, that would make me believe that Vince and the rest of them are like, okay, now we're going to treat them like a true third brand. Now we see, and now we're going to go ahead and invest some money and some dollars into really trying to make this thing look like $1 million. Take it from the basement to
they need to up the
upstairs.
Production level, bro. Like, I think because like I said, the aesthetic look is. Like I said, man, like, there's nothing wrong with it. It just feels small in comparison to AEW. When you compare it to AEW, hell yeah, you see the different comparisons of, all right, AEW feels bigger compared to NXT because I can actually compare NXT production level actually to Impact production level. It's almost similar. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you look at Impact production, you see their setting. They don't even have fans, but it's still like dim. The curtains around, it's like in that somewhat same wheelhouse of NXT.
Yeah.
When you think about it, man.
My comparison with NXT would be like a ECW, like a slightly more polished ECW, where it feels like you said very underground.
Yeah.
Very like close knit. It's almost like family atmosphere. And it's got that like. And now with the chain link fences, like that would have fit perfectly with ECW.
Oh hell yeah!
So there's an appreciation that I had for ECW back in the day that I'm like, all right, cool. Like if that's what you're going for, cool. But no, I see what you're saying. I guess now as I'm thinking about ECW, I guess the question I would have for you is looking back at it back in the day. When ECW was at its height, with like RVD and Taz and Sabu, Tommy Dreamer, Sandman, New Jack, all those guys. Did you ever think like, okay, they could never be at the level of like WWF or WCW?
That's a good question. I'm going to be honest. Yeah, I did. Because just the way, we talk about production level. I remember ECW back in the day when I first looked at it, man. I used to watch it late at night with the whole damn infomercial blinking, Waiting 100 Collect. It used to get sponsored by that, and it'll show like a whole graphic and just the stadiums too, the camera. I was like, the venue small, but it's all packed with a whole bunch of people. It's a little bit more rough. Yeah. Even the 13-year-old me knew like, okay, this is cool, but this would never get on WWE's level. They're doing like crazy shit. You got Stone Cold, you got Rock, you got the pyro. They got as soon as you come in, they got the JR's like, yeah, welcome to WWF. I'm like, man, it's like in your face. It's like you're ready to. It's pumping you up.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's true. That's true. I think for me, the one way that I could see NXT staying the way that they are, but somehow surpassing or at least, being able to compete with Raw or SmackDown still would be with the fans. I think it's that the fans and the energy that the NXT fans bring to every NXT show.
Yeah.
That energy is just amazing. It's amazing. And you don't get that from WWE fans. You don't get that from like Raw or SmackDown fans typically. Sometimes the pay-per-views, like when we have these shows in Chicago, we can get nuts, because there's a certain type of crazy that you get, at these at Allstate,
it goes down.
Yeah, so but like you get that all the time at NXT. Like I feel like at NXT it doesn't even matter.
Nah,
like that group that shows up, it's like a family. And
they had regulars too that you
like
saw like every week. Fans that you can recognize. Like, oh, I see this fan like every week, man. And they bring it 100%, man. They go all out.
Yep.
And that's what's missing now. You got fans mixed in with pipe noise of fans, which that I'm done with that, bro. It's like I treat it as white noise, bro. I don't even get hyped up because this is awesome. I'm like, really? Okay, well.
Like, no, I hate it. I just...
Yeah, all the boos this is funny. I meant to bring this up earlier, but this pertains to talk about the crowd noise. When Mustafa Ali was on Raw Talk, and he was talking about, man, this is bullshit. We just wasted 3 hours on a whole bunch of has-beens. I was like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, how many times you gonna listen to Hulk, thank you very much, brother, for the 700th time. And then Charlie said this dumbass question. Yeah, and she was like, well, did you hear the cheers? And Mustafa was like, oh yeah, I heard the cheers all right. They really pumped them in.
They really pumped that up.
They really pumped them in. I was like, holy shit. See?
Oh, man.
See, man, they need to drop that shit, bro.
The 2K crowd noise, man. Like, as you coined it. Yes. They need to get rid of that because it's just so, like, generic, robotic.
It's really not needed. Even Impact doesn't use it. And they don't have no fans.
Right.
And that just says, I'm like, it's not needed. I can still get down with this.
Yeah. Like, they should just do what AEW does right now, which is you have limited fans there. In NXT, they already are doing that with limited fans. Before, WWE was doing, the developmental wrestlers, and they had that like plexiglass there, and they would bang on the glass, and you hear them. I'm okay with that even.
Yeah,
you know
we
what
don't
I'm
even
saying?
see none of that, man. Yeah. It's like
crowd noise.
Ever since they invited the crowd, they're like more just have a calm demeanor, even though you hear the pipe noise. This is awesome, but you see everybody just on the gate like this.
Yeah, watch it like all right.
But everybody cheering. This is awesome. How everybody like this?
Right,
Nobody doing this. Like.
I tune it out. Like you said, I just tune it out. I'm like, all right, whatever. It's happening. Cool. Whatever. Moving on.
Man.
Oh,
but
man.
Good talk, though, man. That's what I wanted to bring it up. Yeah.
Yeah, man, definitely. Always. And then let's shift to the other side of the coin with the New Year's specials.
Yes.
With New Year's. Well, actually, I did want to talk about the awards for NXT. I almost forgot to bring up the awards.
The gun yet.
You want to do that, or you want to go to New Year's Smash?
You know what? Let's say, let's call it audible. We'll do year-end rewards at the end. Let's stay on track with the wrestling right now.
All right, let's stay with the wrestling. All right, so New Year's Smash. Let's do that, and let's go over to this. So this one. So again, just the winners here of this Wednesday was the fans, definitely, because we got treated to two amazing shows in New Year's Evil and New Year's Smash by NXT and AEW respectively. And both of these shows could have been pay-per-views. I mean, take my money. Definitely it's worth paying for the quality of wrestling that we got.
$50. Here's my $50, sir.
Dude, seriously, it was on free TV. They gave us gold, man. Like, thank you, AEW and NXT for this, because this was amazing. So with AEW, they started things off with the Young Bucks. Young Bucks starting off 2021 tag team wrestling at its finest. And actually, it was an 8-man tag match. We had the Young Bucks and SCU versus the. There you go. Got to get that in while you can.
Right.
Because apparently it's coming to an end. So, let's just
one
say
loss.
what we can.
All it takes is one loss.
SCU. Well, I'll get into that. Cause like, what? What do we? But, so I don't want to get negative right off the bat. But SCU versus the Acclaimed and Hybrid 2. The Acclaimed. Hybrid 2. The Acclaimed.
You know what? Max Caster actually came out with some better bars. He must have listened to our show. He's like, all right, let me get on, put the pen to the notes. Let me put it together. I'm like, he came with some better bars. Them bars were much improved. So I appreciate that, Max Caster. You know what I'm saying? I give credit when credit is due.
But let's you brought it up. Let's talk about the stipulation that they have. So they can never lose another match, period. Like they ever lose I figured it would have made sense if there was some kind of stipulation like, hey, we want the tag team titles. So it's one or the other. Either we become tag team champions, we keep winning and we win the gold, or we break up. Like we no longer wrestle. It can't just be, hey, if we ever lose another match ever in our careers as a tag team, we will never tag team together again.
We're over. SCU is done.
What? Just split up already. Like I'm just over it at that point. If you're gonna just put some stipulation, and Jericho was right. He said, hey, it's legit because when AEW puts a stipulation, we stick to it, which is true.
Yeah.
So I do give them credit there, but. I mean, really, I don't even care. I kind of want them to get it over with and just split this tag team up and just be done with it.
Well, you really never cared about Christopher Daniels. I'm just saying. You always you was never
told. Yes. I've always thought, hey, this stage of his career, Christopher Daniels is probably better served as being like a booker or someone that's working in the back, bringing up the younger talent, putting over the younger talent. Like he's not his time. He had his time, and for me, in Impact, him for the X Division Championship, those matches he would have with AJ Styles and Samoa Joe, some of the best matches, some of the best rivalries that I've ever witnessed as a wrestling fan, period. So I have a lot of respect for Christopher Daniels, the fallen angel. Like, he did his thing. But now, this version of Christopher Daniels, I just don't care to see him, winning matches. I I want to see him kind of like with with Dustin. You know, it's a similar thing where I'm just like, all right, it's you had your time, put over this younger talent.
Yeah, right.
Let's not do. Yeah. What?
I said right. You want him to put the talent over. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Not just
exactly.
You shouldn't be going over yourself.
No, why are you beating anybody? I mean, you having this win over Hybrid 2 and the Acclaimed, it's like that does nothing for them. They're struggling here to try to make their names, and you're beating them? What the hell? Like, that would have been a great win for them to have, to help establish them, and you took that away, and you're going to do nothing with it.
I honestly thought the Acclaim was going to get the pin, so I thought, because that's the reason why I thought SoCal was why the reason SCU was part of this tag team match, so Christopher Daniels could take the pin. I expected Christopher Daniels, not even Frankie to take. I expected Christopher Daniels to take that pin, but he got the pin.
He's the Shelton Benjamin of the team.
Right.
He's the Shelton Benjamin of the team. It's him. He's the weak link.
Yes.
Yeah, man. So, you know, for me, that's just it. You know, it's not like a disrespect thing. It's more of a, you know, he's done a great job. You know, he's had a great career. But I think his time is just it's that time. It's that time where it's like, put over the younger talent, be that guy to be that mentor to all these other wrestlers, and do your thing that way. You know, so it is what it is. They're telling the story. We'll see where it goes. Overall, though, this matchup, it was a fun matchup overall.
It was.
Great way to start off the new year for AEW. Fast-paced tag team wrestling. Great chemistry on all sides. Just an overall solid matchup. So I enjoyed it. It was great. That's just kind of my general thought on it. And like we already said, Christopher Daniels ended up picking up the victory, you know, for their team. So, hey, we'll see where the story's going. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, hey, it is what it is, man. You know, like you said, it was entertaining, but I thought they got the pin wrong. You know, it should have been the other way around. Not Christopher Daniels.
Just flip
it.
Yeah.
That's all you had to do was flip it. You know what I'm saying? The little, just race that little arrow right there.
Right.
Yeah, would have been good though. But you know, at the end of the day, it's still entertaining.
Yeah, it was entertaining. It was. All right, so the next matchup we had was definitely war. This is war. Oh, man. So we had Jake Hager versus Wardlow. And, yeah, man, maybe Jake Hager's best matchup in AEW.
Facts.
Maybe.
Not even maybe, bro. You know? That's facts. That's facts.
Because I'm watching this and I'm finding myself saying, dang, I'm into this. I like this. I like what I'm seeing here. The heavyweight, like, hard-hitting wrestling.
Right. Pushing each other back and forth.
Yeah. Like, I like that. And the story going into it, you know, well, first of all, both of these guys, they had issues from the beginning when they had MJF and Wardlow join.
Just kept staring at each other.
They had staring contests back and forth, you know, and Jake Hager was irked by the fact that Wardlow wasn't there, and Jake Hager felt like he was doing his job and pulling weight for Wardlow. So he's like, you know what, I'm challenging Wardlow. And Jericho made it a point to say, hey, these two just got to get this out of their system. This isn't us having an internal feud. This is these two dudes got an issue. They got to get this out of their system. I said, okay. All right, Jericho.
I like that.
I see you. That's cool. That makes sense. Just let them fight it out. Let them go to war. That's cool. So they did. And, I mean, there were a couple times when Jake Hager had him in that arm and neck choke a couple times. I was like, all right, he's putting Wardlow to sleep, especially from the top. I was like, oh, man, this is going to be crazy. Smart on Wardlow, falling down, catching Jake Hager's, basically getting him hit off the top rope. So that broke up that submission attempt. And then he pulled off, which, I don't know, they got to change the name of this finisher, but what was it, the F10 that they call it? It's not the F5. It's better than, it's
for real, man. They got to change that finisher name up, bro. It's because when they say call it the F10, I automatically think of the F5 for
That's it. Yeah.
For Brock Lesnar. That's all I automatically think of.
Y'all got to change it. Because that reeks of some WCW shit right there, too. Because that's some shit that they would do. Like, oh, Is this the bookend? The bookend.
Like, yeah, the rock.
That's the rock
the
bottom.
rock bottom in the bookend.
That's the rock bottom.
I think Booker T said, well, the bookend, with the difference between the bookend and the rock bottom, that when I land on my knees. Then when the rock lands, he lands on his body, on his legs. I'm like,
what does that have to do?
What the fuck?
What are you explaining right now? What are you explaining? I land on my knees and he lands on his legs.
One difference in that offensive move.
He changed his whole look. He changed his tights to basically look exactly like he was wearing long tights before when he was Harlem Heat.
Yes.
And he ended up changing to like the singlet to look just like The Rock. And then you started doing the bookend, and I'm like, this dude, come on, man. So yeah, Wardlow, you're doing great, but you gotta change the name of that finisher.
That's all it is, an F5, man. All he does is tries to do one more spin than Brock. He just gets more legs.
See? F10.
F10. One more spin. Did the F5, F10. I doubled it, see?
Oh, man. Well, the F10 was enough to put away Jake Hager. He ended up winning the matchup, which when the pin happened, because I'm like, man, how are they going to do this? Is this going to be a double DQ, double pin, double count out? Like, how are they going to escape having one of these guys beat the other one? I thought it was going to be some kind of draw, but they didn't do it.
Nah, man.
They had Wardlow get the win.
Clean win.
And I like that.
I liked it.
Yeah,
it was a clean. It was like when, you're getting a fight, but, you guys had a good fight. You just got to respect each other at the end of that, man. We got it all out. All right, cool. We good. When you two brothers just fighting,
I like that.
Might come to blows, but, hey, we brothers at the end of the day. You got my back. I got yours. We got it all out. We straight.
And they shook hands, and that was they dapped it up, all the members of the inner circle. So it was cool. Now, the interesting thing with all of this, though, was after the matchup, Jake Hager was still a little bit upset. He was in his feelings about losing the matchup. He was frustrated. MJF goes to the locker room area with the camera, and he talks to Jake Hager. Mm-hmm. He says, hey, man, you did what many people wouldn't do. You got in the ring, and you survived, and you came out, and you landed on your 2 feet. That's something you should be proud of, man.
Super nice, bro.
And Jake Hager's like, you know what? When you came back here, I thought I was going to deck you. I appreciate you coming back here and checking in on me. So, thank you. Now, basically, get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. He's like, all right. So, but I feel like there's a method to what MJF is doing.
It is.
There's a method to what he's doing because Jake Hager, for him to get Jake Hager on his side to say, oh, MJF came back here, he checked up on me. Okay, I appreciate that. That was cool. Jericho wasn't back there, but MJF was. Has Jericho ever done that for Jake Hager?
No.
Because Jake Hager might be thinking about that if push comes to shove. Who was there for me when I was having a tough time?
Or
if MJF
or what about Santana was having a tough time? MJF was there for Santana, gave him a gift.
Yep.
He kept it real. Santana Ortiz returned the favor, gave him some trunks and all of that. Gave him I think what was it? Was it a new? I think it was a bandana. Have him with a bandana too.
I think it was a bandana.
Yeah.
I think you're right. So just these things that he's doing, he's getting in good graces now. One could say, oh, well, that's just him because, they all had a hard time accepting him before. I don't think that's what it is. I think he's planting the seeds to have them see him as a guy they can look at and say, this guy has our best interest in heart. If push comes to shove, these moments specifically are going to be brought up to say, I think MJF cares more about us than you do, Chris, because when shit was going on for me, he was here. Where were you?
The turning point right there, as I like to call it. The NFL document show called the turning point. This is the turning point, as I call it, for MJF on a plan of being the new leader of the Inner Circle. Bye-bye, Chris Jericho.
Yes. That is what is happening.
Okay, Jericho, man, he's going to get catch lacking, and they're going to jump the shit out of him. I see that coming.
Jericho, you think they're just going to beat the shit out of Jericho?
Beat the shit out of him, bro. They're going to beat the shit out of Chris
man.
Jericho.
Oh, my God.
He's going to be the biggest face. People love it. People love him.
Oh, they love him already.
They love his music. And he's still, he still got to be that heel because he's a hit, but they're going to set him up to be like one of the big faces, man.
Yeah, and it's Jericho. Yeah. Like, heel, face. Yeah. He's one of those rare guys that it just does not matter. Like, he's great. Right. He's loved regardless. So, yeah, man. Yeah, I can see it. And I'm here for it, man. Let's go. Let's go for 2021. Face Jericho run. And
you want to call it? You want to make an early prediction, early beginning of the year prediction? Maybe we can recap for when we getting ready to do season 4.
As you say, it is decided. Early prediction, yes. Jericho face turn, MJF the new leader of the Inner Circle. It is decided.
There we go. You heard it here. The time is midnight now. We're on the January 10th now. Last episode was January 9th. Now we're on the 10th.
Yes. So yeah, man, I'm there. I'm with you. I'm with you on that one. I think that's what's going to happen. And hey, man, let's go. Go. I'm with it.
Now, right after that, we had a promo scene with Matt Hardy, Private Party, and Snoop Dogg breaking down the contracts. You know,
those two got hosed.
Okay, and
there's something in that contract.
Just to let you know too, he said 30%. Let me get you the full picture. It's 30%. From each of them. So a total of 60% is what he's getting, because if you watch BET on Monday, it was a clip between him and Private Party, and Matt Hardy is telling them, giving him like his run history, talking about his manager, how he took advantage of him. Yeah, man, he was taking like 66% from me. I was like, shit, 66%. I was like, shit, that's a lot. And even Private Party was like, wow, that's a lot. Yeah, you trying to get you bad. It's like, yeah, man, I would never do you guys like that. I would never do you guys like that. and then Private Party was like, all right, so what are you thinking? He was like, I'm thinking 30%. And our party was like, okay, well, that's a bit high, but okay. Like, so 15. He was like, I'm thinking of 30. I was like, shit.
Oh my God.
A 6% difference from what he got hosed in the past to what he's trying to do now to Private Party.
I would never do 60, 30 and 30.
He said, I'm trying, and they agreed to that, man, because they signed the contract that night with Snoop Dogg right there. I was like, man, but hey, like we said before, this is the plan for them to go heel along with Matt Hardy. He told him he's gonna bring the best out of them, and this is, hey man, I can't wait for this, man. I think this is what Private Party needs to, go on that next level too, man.
I agree, man. You summed it up perfectly. That I didn't know that about the BET.
Oh, bro, BT, that was funny. You know what?
Like that was. Great.
I'm gonna take a clip of that and I'll put it on the Facebook group page on the Clark Street Wrestling community, man. That's what I'll do.
Please do. Wow, man, that's awesome. That's awesome. Oh my God. All right, man. Let's keep moving. Speaking of Snoop Dogg, so Snoop Dogg was in the next match as well with Cody. So Cody Rhodes went against Matt Sydal. In this matchup here, this singles matchup. Snoop Dogg's a character, man. I love Snoop. He's one of my favorite people, period. He's great. So this matchup, the matchup itself was cool and all, but really Snoop was the highlight.
Bro, the antics he was doing, because sometimes Cody would fuck up. Snoop Dogg was like, what the fuck is you doing, bro? Hand on the hip and shit, like he's just disappointed. Like, oh my God, man. Cody, you fucking up, bro.
In the role of Arn Anderson as the coach.
Yes.
With the
plays.
What did Jericho call it? with the menu, the
Waffle House menu.
The Waffle House menu. Oh man, that was crazy.
That was.
And who was it that came out to jump Cody and Matt Sydal? Who was it that they ended up attacking?
I think it was somebody from the crowd. What's that guy's name with the eye in the middle?
Oh yeah, with the eye in the middle, and then his tag team partner. That's right. Yeah, so they came out
because Cody accidentally hit dude in the mask. I forget his name. I thought I had it. Nope, can't think of his name. But he was in the red mask, hit him on the accident, and then I think after the match was done, they came and attacked Cody, and Sydal was looking around. Ain't nobody gonna help? Where are people at? Finally, people started to come out.
Where they at?
Right. I think Matt Sydal and Cody help out, and this was crazy. So Snoop Dogg decides to get involved. So he proceeds to climb the top of the rope. Snoop Dogg is trying to, direct traffic, telling Cody and Matt Sydal to bring the body closer. Like, bring it closer. Push it back. Okay, cool. Here we go. I'm about to do it. And he just had the legs buckling and shit, knees buckling on. I'm like, I was scared if he was gonna fuck up.
Oh man.
If he was gonna, botch it, had a Matt Sydal issue. But it was, if I was to rate this top over the top rope splash, I'll give it a 4 because of the attempt. You went out there and
I give it a 1. I'm not giving them a 4. That was awful, man.
It was great
that he went up there and tried. I love that he tried, and that's my guy, But man, I gotta keep it real. That was a 1. That was probably the worst ever splash from the top by anybody in wrestling ever. But it was fun. It was fun. He's trying to entertain. He did his thing. It was cool.
It was.
A 4 is a bit high.
I would like to hear.
It was Luther and Serpentico.
Oh, there we go. Thank you. Appreciate that, man. If they ever decide to invite Snoop Dogg again, I will hope to have him on commentary because Snoop Dogg on commentary is hilarious.
He's great.
I think he was calling a hockey game. And when he was calling that shit, he was like, "Yeah, man, go on, get him, cuz. Get him, cuz. Get him right back. Get him right back, cuz." And the regular play-by-play dudes, they were just laughing, cracking up because this is hilarious, man.
Seriously.
Oh man, bro.
No, he's great on UFC Fight Pass when they do the Contender Series. Sometimes he's on there as one of the commentators too. And he's great, man. Just like you said it, the way you say it, like, yeah, cuz, get him, punch him in the face, get him again. Oh, put him in that sleeper, put him in that submission, the rear naked choke. Oh, damn. Like, just the things that he'll say is just so Snoop. He's like, his own, it's just great, man. So, yeah, him on commentary, him and Jericho on commentary together, I think. I want to know what that's going to be like. They need to make that happen.
Yes.
This opportunity, not putting those two on commentary together. That would be the shit. So, yeah, man. Oh, so good. Real quick, too, before we get to the next match, there's a couple segments that happened here. So we had the weigh-in with Darby Allin and Brian Cage. That happened. Clearly they were going to rib on the fact that Darby Allin's, half the size, basically, of Brian Cage. Just 100-pound difference between the two of these guys.
You can visibly see that shit. What the fuck? I need a confirmation for.
What are you doing weigh-in? Right. What is the point of this?
Taz is all proud. Over a 100-pound advantage.
And then he's like, of course he weighs what he does because look at all that stuff he's wearing. He's wearing his shoes. He's wearing a jacket. He's got his belt buckle. He's got the medal on. All that stuff is adding another 20 pounds probably. Damn, man, just getting on the man. And then Darby Allin said, hey, man, I've been taking shit like this from people like you all my life. It's nothing new to me. So he stood up for himself. That was cool. They were, FTW or Team Taz, whatever they're calling themselves right now. They were getting ready to do something. Here comes Sting. And then Taz. Sometimes I can't decide if I'm annoyed with Taz or if I think he's a genius. Because when he gets mad and he's just gets irate, I don't know. I'm just torn. but he was like, I'm sick of you. I'm sick of you, Sting. And I'm sick of you, Darby Allin. We're going to get you. Brian Cage, the Machine, is going to get you. And he's like, he's whining, but he's like, trying to, I don't know, man. It's entertaining.
Still showing the disrespect. They don't announce Brian Cage as the FTW champion. They just announce Brian Cage. They don't say Brian Cage, FTW champion. No, just Brian Cage. That's it.
They don't acknowledge it. They still don't acknowledge. After all that Taz fought for with Cody, still they don't acknowledge that belt. Still.
Because I noticed it because Brian, he was like to the ref, he was like, the FT, you didn't mention it. I was like, well, sucks to be you.
Sucks to be you. Oh man. So yeah, man. So that was hilarious. And then Jon Moxley.
I'm sorry. It just hit me. I'm more of a champion than Brian Cage.
Wow. Hey man, look, that title was defended and you won. There was an actual competition for that title.
It was.
Yes. You're more of a champion than Brian
This
Cage.
was not handed to me. This was earned.
This was earned. That's how you win championships.
Exactly.
Earn them. It's like, here you go. He bought it off of some ECW shop, some eBay guy. All right, let me buy this title. All right, man. I found one. I found an FTW championship.
That motherfucker
There's
with the wish.
Oh, Lord.
My stomach hurting, man. My stomach hurting. Every time we talk about Brian Cage, we always come to damn near tears, bro. We can't take that man serious. I can't take his reign serious.
Seriously with that fairy tale world champion.
It's crazy. Because I thought in my head, I was like, holy shit, I'm more of a champion than he is.
Facts. There was an actual competition. You earned it.
Yes.
Ridiculous. Oh, my God. Yeah, man. So, just switch gears a little bit. Jon Moxley came back, cut a promo, basically saying, hey, man, people want me to be pissed off, whatever, but you know what? I'm going to surprise y'all, I lost. It is what it is. Mm-hmm. But, basically putting Kenny Omega on notice that, hey, I'm coming after you. Now, I'm not going to mess with that championship matchup because Rey Fenix, he's been wanting this opportunity his whole life, so I'm not going to mess that up. But know that you got a receipt coming, basically, is what Jon Moxley let him know. So he's still in that hunt. So that was cool. That promo was nice. But I got one gripe. One gripe. What the fuck was Jon Moxley doing wearing that Stone Cold inspired T-shirt? Yeah. Because that clearly was, that skull, the way it was, looked exactly like a Stone Cold T-shirt. And Jon Moxley, the comparisons were there with Stone Cold when he was in WWE, right? And I felt like he didn't like the fact that he was being compared to Stone Cold. Even when they did the podcast together, it was really awkward.
Oh, yeah, that awkward interview. Yeah,
it was bad.
Yeah.
But now you put on the Stone Cold-esque T-shirt with the skull, the red eyes, and then what he put, no quit. That's the one difference that makes, well, it's not a Stone Cold T-shirt. It doesn't say Austin 316. It says no quit. See, look, it's so different. It's like the bookend with the rock bottom. Like, see, I tell you, I land on my knees. He lands on his legs. I have no quit. He has Austin 316. It's completely different. Come on, man. We see what you're doing.
Oh, man.
So to me, that was a fail. That was a fail. Him having that T-shirt, I'm like, nah, man. Don't use skulls. Don't do any of that. You got to do your own thing. Be Jon Moxley. That's it.
Oh, my God.
So, yeah. I didn't know if you caught that, but I saw that. I'm like.
No, I didn't catch that, man. Cool. Yeah, good call out right there. Yeah, hell yeah.
I think JR said something. It was JR and Tony. They said something about it, like, oh, yeah, look at the new shirt. I was like, you better not. Don't draw attention to that T-shirt. Don't do it. because I could not get Stone Cold out of my mind. I saw that. I said, no, don't do this. Don't do this. This is not a comparison that you want, you know, because all the history there and so, you know, just had to bring that up real quick. But the promo was nice, and then we saw him a little later on. We'll talk about that. So yeah, just want to bring that up. All right, let's get to this. I'm very curious to hear what you have to say about this women's championship matchup. Hikaru Shida versus Abadon. What were your thoughts, sir?
So Abadon was trying to kill.
Hey man, Randy Orton just put that out there.
I know,
like,
man.
This is just what we do now.
Universe now. You know, it kicked off with Impact, had a murder during a wedding. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, okay, that's what we're doing.
First. That's true.
Killing.
We killing people out here
in
now.
The universe of wrestling now. So it's fair game for everybody. But I thought it was cool, man. Abadon, for her, that's going to take some time for me to get used to. When she first came out, it was very different, and it was something that caught my attention. But as for something for TV time to see, you know, I don't know, man. I don't know.
So you're not that into it anymore. The whole Abadon. Like,
maybe I think it's just too much.
I don't even know the theater.
The zombie-ish, the ghoulish, whatever creature you're trying to be, and then you brought Shida under the ring and by the chink of her, you know, took a piece of her neck. You know what I'm saying? I was like, holy shit, okay. I'm like, that's what we doing. Yeah. Going that far with it. All right, but Shida won. Shida won. I'm glad she won, you know, but I don't know, man. I'm not sold on the Abadon character. Not so. No. So first, Shayna Baszler tried the same thing with the biting on the neck. It was ridiculous then. Good call. Good point.
And I feel like it's still ridiculous now. You know, doing the bite on the neck. I think that doing the bite and then later on seeing Shida's neck and once it wiped off, there's no bite mark. It's like you start to lose the believability. Yeah. I'm looking like, okay, now it just looked really fake. You know, and it starts to take me out of the matchup overall.
It does. It seemed like you just took her under the ring and put a whole bunch of red paint on her, and just all of a sudden,
yeah. So here you go. Now act like you got bit. Okay, cool. Let's go with that. All right. And then as the match is going on, it's kind of like you can't cover it up anymore. You gotta wrestle. But then you see the neck, and it's like, oh no, that's not blood. That's clearly ink. And we all get the game of wrestling. We all understand that, but we want to escape in it and to have it be believable. And when you lose that believability, even with a character like, say, The Undertaker, right? Like, The Undertaker was larger than life, kind of this, like, ghoulish figure, but he still had that kind of, like, mystique, you know, that kind of, like, I don't know, it just felt believable still. Yeah. Where you look at you like, damn, like, I know this isn't supposed to be, you know, this real thing, like it's a zombie in real life, but you just lose yourself in it, man. It was like, I don't know, just something about Undertaker that just worked. With this, I feel like they're kind of going a little too far. And honestly, even though as a fan of Shida, I'm happy she won, but I actually think the wrong person won this matchup. I feel like Abadon should have won this matchup given what she did to Shida. You know, I feel like with Abadon
biting the neck,
a chunk out,
yeah,
you take a chunk out of her neck like that, and then she's able to
that's like a boss weak point
up.
right there when you think about it. Like, man, your HP just went down to 50% now.
Right, it would have been understandable. Like, this was the one time where it's like, okay, she just took a chunk out of her neck. The commentators are like, how are they even letting, you know, Shida continue in this matchup? Like, how are they letting this continue?
Yeah,
and you know, I'm saying the same thing. Like, wow, like they're probably going to end up stopping the matchup, or she's going to lose too much blood and she's going to pass out because, you know, that should happen. Like, it just makes sense that would not allow her to continue this matchup. Like, once that chunk got taken out of her neck, I felt like they need to get to the finish, like ASAP. All right, chunk is taken out of her neck. oh shit, she's trying to fight back, but she's woozy, she's losing blood. They got to get her to a hospital at this point with all that blood that she lost. Yep. Abadon hits her with a finisher. 1, 2, 3, new champion. Cool. Get the paramedics out here. Let's rush Shida to the hospital and tend to this bite mark. Like, that's logically
that makes sense. But if you want to play it like that, if you want to have her Abadon, take a bite of her neck, she should have did it. She should have did it before the match. Maybe like a backstage segment, and then Shida get sent to the trainer's room. She got bandages and all that type of shit as she's coming out to the match. Exactly. That's how you do it, man.
That would have been better.
Exactly, man.
Yeah. Because then it's like, okay, you hide the bite mark, but you show hey, she took a chunk out of her, and then you have the match that you had. Okay, then I would have been all right, they tended to Shida already. Yeah, she's operating at 70%, 65% capacity.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay. That I like that too. I like that. If you were gonna have Shida win this matchup, you do it before the matchup, have her get tended to first. I like that. So I don't know. I just felt like this matchup, it was a spectacle. It was great for Shida in terms of trying to make her seem even more of a strong champion. It hurt Abadon because if she can't beat her after doing that, then how the hell is she ever going to beat Shida? I just can't. I just don't know if I would believe it. So, man, I don't know. It's just one of those things. But so let's table that one. So, Shida, awesome. Congrats to you on winning that matchup. Let's see, where are we at with this? All right, I'm looking at night 2. Okay, we're at the main event. Main event. So we got Kenny Omega, the champion, Kenny Omega, versus Rey Fenix. Man, this match right here is probably the favorite match of the year already. Mm-hmm. Just as you would say, I'm giving you this one. It is decided. Yes. As Devin would say, it is decided. To me, this right here, it is a candidate already. Wow. What a matchup this was. Man, you go ahead and tell your side of this, man. What was your experience watching this matchup?
Oh my God, my experience was my head was blown, man. I was in an orgasmic state of wrestling. I was like, holy shit, this is what happens when you got two all-stars going out at 100%, just like two Super Saiyans just battling each other, just going toe for toe. Just that German suplex combination Rey Fenix did to Kenny Omega.
Yes.
What the I've never seen anything like that, man.
I've never seen that before.
I was like, what the hell was that? You know what I'm saying? And
it was
oh my God. I love protected finishers. I love protected finishers, man.
Yes.
Oh my God. The way
watching
Kenny Omega, yes, he set that man up, just V triggers, just violent V triggers, and then he get him on the 1 Week Angel, got him, and I love how Rey Fenix, he ain't kicking out, but he was like 1, 2, he's like, ugh. Had nothing left.
He had nothing left.
Nothing left, bro. I was like, oh man, going out on his shield like a G. That's what I'm talking about, man. 100%. Man, that's what I love too, man. Even though he lost, he looked good. Kenny Omega, the best. The best, sir. I will give you that.
Yes.
The best.
Yes.
Yes, you're getting the shirt, sir. You heard from me. You were definitely getting the shirt. You will be on my wall of excellence, right next to the head of the table, sir.
From North Carolina.
Oh man.
Or Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada.
Yes. I love how they try to wiggle in North Carolina. Like, how they gonna do it
every time?
But man, it was the match of the night out of both for NXT and AEW. bro.
Yes.
It was that hot. That hot.
It was. I agree. Match of the night for both of them for sure. After the matchup, Don Callis, he was basically saying, hey, like Kenny Omega, yeah, congrats to him, and congrats to Rey Fenix on his final match, on his last match in his career, because we're about to beat the shit out of you right now. So he showed on the Tron that you could see it was, who was it that was back there? His brother Penta and
it was Pac. Pac. Yeah, Eddie Kingston and his family
getting destroyed. Yeah. So they were getting destroyed, and so then all right, so they're done, and now it's your turn. So they were getting ready to destroy him. Kenny Omega was getting ready to do work, and then who tried to come to the rescue for Rey Fenix? I'm trying to remember.
Let me see, because I got it on my phone playing it right now. I'm just going to fast.
No, I'm watching it right now, too, but I'm trying to remember because the big reveal came after that for who intervened, because I know the whole locker room.
Oh, you know what? It was Dean Ambrose.
Oh, Jon Moxley.
Why I say Dean
Ambrose?
That's right. Why the fuck did I say?
Yeah, right.
I'm so sorry.
Flashback.
Oh no, Jon Moxley. I said Dean. Oh my God,
Moxley,
I can't believe that came out like I usually say that name. Or something.
Yeah, just confidently.
Right, Dean Ambrose.
I'm like,
what the fuck?
Right. What show we doing? We recapping? Flashback. No, Jon Moxley. He came out, barbed wire bat, I believe he had in his hand. Tried to come to the aid of Rey Fenix, and then, man, oh man, the Good Brothers showed up from Impact. Wow, the Good Brothers showed up. They had Kenny's back. Oh my God, just destroyed. People were trying to jump in from all over. You had wrestlers from the crowd jumping in.
Yeah, I saw that wrestler
that.
Danny Limelight just trying to jump in from AEW Dark. They was just trying to help out. They just whooping everybody ass. You get super kick, you get clothesline. Ain't nobody coming in this square circle. I'm like, damn. Yeah. Then the Young Bucks come out. They walking up to Kenny. They're like, man, what the fuck you doing, man? What's going on, bro? And I think who else was trying to get Kenny, and the Young Bucks end up super kicking whoever was trying to bring Kenny out of the ring.
Oh man. Well, so real quick,
the Varsity Blondes,
the Young Bucks.
Oh, that's right.
The Varsity Blondes.
Yeah.
So the Young Bucks, so they came out, and it looked like they were trying to keep the peace. Whoa, what is going on? Everybody just calm down, hold up, wait a minute, time out, pause. Just trying to calm everything down. And then you got Kenny looking at them, and he kind of had this smirk on his face, like he was almost just trying to get to the point. They're trying to play it off, but Kenny was all like, nah, I already know what's about to happen. This is, And then, like you said, the Varsity Blondes, I think they grabbed Kenny.
They did.
Right? They grabbed him, and then the Young Bucks said, oh, no. Super kick them. And I was like, this is happening. Holy fuck.
What did Kenny do? He's getting all geeked. He was like, yeah.
He's like, yeah. He put up the too sweet. The Good Brothers put up the too sweet.
And I was actually, shocked, but I was like, hold on. I thought WWE trademarked that shit. They can't do the too sweet.
Nope. They ain't doing whatever the fuck they want at this point.
I guess. I'm the collector.
Brothers, Kenny Omega. Then the Young Bucks said, all right.
The Young Bucks actually looked hesitant at first. Should we do it?
They did at first. Should we do this?
Yeah.
So yeah, man. The reuniting of this faction.
And it feels so good.
Bullet Club on American soil in the States. AEW.
Yes.
Essentially is what we're getting. This is something, man. This is crazy. 2021 is starting off with a bang for AEW for sure. That ending right there, just perfect.
That's wrestling right there,
perfection.
Man. It's like WWE. You guys can if you just clean up here and there, you can do so much. You know what I'm saying? They give us some, but they can just do so much better. But this is what AEW is here for, man. It's so refreshing. seeing reunions, seeing protected finishers, seeing wrestling how it's supposed to be, basically, man. It's just great.
Yeah, man.
Makes me feel good as a wrestling fan.
Ditto, man. I echo those comments, man. Amazing, amazing moment. We had to close off this episode for AEW New Year's Smash. Both of these shows, NXT and AEW's New Year's shows, were amazing. We were the winners as fans.
Yes.
Thank you, NXT.
We were the winners.
Thank you, AEW. Yes, says Devin, caresses the championship. Damn it! I want my Goldie back. I want my Goldie back.
2 episodes straight, too, baby.
Man. Oh,
rested on my shoulder right here. Even during the pre-show, too, I was like, where's my baby at? He was like, no, I can't even look at you.
I couldn't even look at me. I couldn't. I was like, that was just with me for 3 years. But that's okay. It's okay. Well deserved. All right. So that is it. We went through everything in AEW and NXT. But before we go, as always, Devin, tell the people on this first episode of 2020, second episode of 2021, tell the people where they can catch us.
Well, the first official recording of 2021. Yes. Well, you can find
the WWE one. That's why I'm saying that.
But you can always find us on the various social platforms. We got a lot. We got Facebook. And shout out to our Facebook followers who's been growing. We are at 230 followers on the Facebook page. That is fucking amazing. And we want to thank everybody. I remember we just started our page and we had about 30, 35 people just from friends and family. Now we got people coming from all walks of life. We got wrestlers joining. We got people who run podcasts, good podcasts. Shout out to George McKay. That's cool. He got the Straight Talk Wrestling too. Dirty Hills Podcast, Top Rope Wrestling Podcast, part of the group as well. The Clark Street Wrestling community. So we thank y'all for joining that. And shout outs to our people that follow our Instagram page. We already cracked the 200 followers, just to let everybody know. We're over 200 followers on Instagram. Thank you. Just seeing growth, just makes my heart come alive. It just let us know that, people are willing to, let us in their homes, in their hearts, entertain them.
You like us. You really
I know you. You right? Yeah. You love me. You really, really love me. Yeah, but just big shout out to all our followers, especially in Twitter too, TikTok, and man, YouTube is the next biggest platform that we're gonna be working on growing.
Oh man!
Right now we have 47 subscribers. I'm saying followers, subscribers. This is YouTube now. 47 subscribers already. We're only 2 months in. Looking to crack that 50 right now. On our way to the road 100 too, so help us get there as well. So everybody who follows the Clark Street Wrestling podcast, we're on the video platform as well on YouTube. And yes, you can always follow us on any major podcast. We'll have all the podcast links and videos on our website. That is the ClarkStreetWrestling.com, ST for the abbreviation. And we got over 160 episodes for your listening pleasure, baby.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. As he again caresses Goldie. Yeah! But that's going to do it for this recap of NXT, New Year's Evil, and AEW New Year's Smash Night 1. We will catch you guys next time. Well, I'm Hafeez. I'm messing up the ending because I'm so mad because I'm looking at Goldie. Not with me.
Let me put this away. You need some time? Here you go.
No, it's okay. Enjoy it. Nah, it's cool. It's motivation. It's motivation seeing it on your shoulders. Motivation.
Huh? Okay.
I'm Hafeez. This is Devin. We'll catch you guys next time. Peace.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening to the Clark Street Wrestling Podcast. And I am your champion. Peace.